The familiar image of a beautiful blue marble suspended in the blackness of space is universally recognised. This imperfect sphere is a reality we all accept. From educational materials to popular films, the idea of a spherical Earth is deeply embedded in our collective understanding. We see it in satellite images, and we are captivated by its tranquil beauty. It's a reassuring and familiar picture, reflecting our trust in the scientific consensus. But what if it was all a lie? What if our entire reality was nothing more than a giant soundstage with a fake moon, a wall of ice, and a script handed down by a shadowy cabal? This isn't just a quirky conspiracy theory. For some people, it's a fundamental truth that challenges everything we thought we knew. Mark Sargent was, by all accounts, a pretty normal guy. He was born in Boulder, Colorado in 1969. He navigated the rapidly growing digital landscape of the late 20th century, spending 2 decades immersed in the world of information technology. His career wasn't about building hardware, but rather about building minds. He specialised in training people in proprietary software, demystifying complex systems for countless users. He was a man of the digital age, a self-confessed gamer, comfortable with the logical frameworks of code and algorithms. His life, you might say, was meticulously constructed on the bedrock of logic and empirical data. So, how does a person so deeply rooted in the digital landscape, a world defined by its precision and verifiable facts, end up embracing a belief system as unconventional as the flat Earth theory?
Number 1, long distance photography. Number 2, gravity versus the vacuum of space. Number 3, the eclipse shadow is too small. The number 4 would be the moon temperature being cold. And number 5 is the Van Allen radiation belts. Are they deadly, yes or no?
How did he transition from a world of observable physics and satellite communication to a conviction that the moon is just a light on a display system? His personal life played a significant role into his journey into conspiracism. In interviews, Sargent has stated that being single was a major contributing factor to his discovery and belief in the flat Earth.
So yeah, flat Earth. That's what I do. 24/7. I was 46 and living in Boulder, Colorado. And again, I never got married or had kids, for better or worse. And so I had a lot of free time on my hand.
Has he not heard of porn? He explained that unlike many people who get married and have children, he had a huge amount of free time on his hands, which he used to explore these ideas.
I was well versed in just about every conspiracy you can think of. I had heard about every conspiracy. Flat Earth was the last book on the shelf. It was the DVD that somebody gave you for Christmas that you knew you were never gonna open because the title was horrible. It's like How to Make a Poop Sandwich, or Poop Sandwich Volume 3. But when you get bored enough with normal conspiracies, you're looking for something new. There was a certain novelty to it.
The year was 2014, a summer much like any other. But for Mark, a quest had presented itself to thoroughly debunk a flat Earth video. He approached this task with the confidence of somebody well-versed in critical thinking, ready to dismantle fallacies with logical precision. It sounded simple enough, a mere intellectual exercise, a quick victory of reason over absurdity. However, Mark was about to make a crucial error, one that would dramatically alter his understanding of the world. He pressed play on that video, his mind at the ready with an arsenal of counter-arguments, each point meticulously prepared to expose the flawed premises and faulty conclusions he'd anticipated. He watched, poised to dissect, to ridicule, to ultimately triumph in his mission of disproving what he had believed to be a preposterous notion. Yet as the minutes ticked by, something entirely unforeseen began to unfold. The anticipated satisfaction of easy debunking was replaced by a creeping unease, then a hesitant intrigue, and finally, a shocking revelation.
The German video, the guy was talking about flight paths in the southern hemisphere, how they didn't make sense. And then I stumbled across a video by Matt Boylan, and he was a contract artist for NASA.
I guess this is a photo of the Hubble telescope taking a picture of itself. Unbelievable.
Instead of finding the easy targets for his skepticism, he found himself grappling with arguments that, to his astonishment, resonated in a way he hadn't imagined. The intellectual tables had been dramatically turned. The student, once so sure of his enlightened position, had become the master, or more accurately, the skeptic became the believer. So, what did Mark believe was happening? Now, according to Sargent, our entire known reality is an enclosed system, a cosmic terrarium meticulously constructed and maintained. Now, he's frequently likened it to an elaborate film set, describing it as a big soundstage with walls and a floor, implying an intentional design and a controlling hand. And the ultimate analogy, the one he returns to again and again to encapsulate his entire worldview? The Truman Show.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Now, for Sargent, just as Truman Burbank unknowingly lived his entire life within a meticulously crafted television set, humanity was likewise confined within a fabricated reality, unaware of the artificial boundaries and the hidden puppeteers pulling the strings. And this grand concept suggested a grand deception, a deliberate concealment of our true surroundings and the vastness beyond our perceived cosmos. It raised questions about the nature of our existence, the purpose of this enclosure, and the identities of those who orchestrated such a profound illusion. A conspiracy so vast that the best and the brightest didn't figure it out until about 1960. And then they decided to keep it all a secret. And who are they? The super rich, the powers that be, or the highest authority. In this new flat cosmology, the globe is a lie.
Professionals from different walks of life, military from all branches, pilots, engineers, surveyors, flight instructors, many going on record, all singing the same tune. They had all heard about the curvature of the Earth and how it spins, but none of them used it in their calculations, even when they should have.
In the Sargent verse, Antarctica isn't a continent. It's a giant wall of ice surrounding the circumference of the Earth, preventing anyone from, falling off the edge, I assume. The stars and planets are nothing more than lights attached to a dome. And to make his model truly comprehensive, Mark folded in other conspiracies, claiming that astronauts are all Freemasons and that Bigfoot is a very real creature. Because why stop a flat Earth when you can have a flat Earth with a cryptid running round on it? So by 2018, Mark Sargent, a prominent figure in the flat earth community, had cultivated a dedicated online following. However, despite his growing influence, he largely remained a niche personality with various online forums and platforms. But this dynamic shifted dramatically with the release of the Netflix documentary Behind the Curve.
So Mark called and said that he was a member of the Flat Earth Society.
Yep.
And I said, oh, Mark, what are you on to now?
How do you know it's a globe? Well, it's because you saw this. It's not like you've been up there in your Jetsons car. Nobody's got a spaceship. You've been looking at this for 30 years? Yeah, you can throw that away.
The film's director, Daniel J. Clark, made a pivotal decision that distinguished his documentary from previous examinations of fringe beliefs. Instead of resorting to mockery or caricature, Clark opted for a profoundly humanistic and empathetic approach to his subject.
The idea people have of flat earthers is totally wrong. They think they're total idiots and they live in their mom's basement and they believe everything anyone tells them. It's quite the opposite. We test everything. We're all either super successful or doing our own thing, and I've met hundreds of flat earthers and none of them are living in their mom's basement, so.
The direct consequence of this directional choice was an unprecedented surge in visibility for Mark Sargent and the Flat Earth as a whole movement. Behind the Curve's widespread distribution on Netflix, a global streaming platform, exposed the flat earth community to a massive mainstream audience that might otherwise never have encountered these ideas at all. The documentary sparked widespread discussion both online and offline, leading to increased media attention and a significant boost in interest in the flat earth as a topic. Now, Sargent, once a figure primarily known within specific online circles, was propelled into a more public spotlight, becoming the recognizable face associated with the Flat Earth movement.
It's 2019 Los Angeles, and here we are at a conference talking about the most insane topic to ever hit social media, Flat Earth. And this is only one of several conferences that will be taking place this year, all of them working towards the goal of changing the world, making an old truth new again, and possibly, quite possibly, creating a new golden age.
Now, a persuasive aspect of human psychology, particularly in the realm of belief, is that it often isn't about the object pursuit of truth or the desire to be proven right. Instead, it frequently stems from a deeper, more fundamental human need. The desire to feel special, to possess exclusive knowledge, to be privy to a secret that has eluded the masses. And this psychological underpinning is profoundly evident in movements like the Flat Earth community.
Who am I? My name is Matt Howard. I'm the reason why Edward Snowden spoke up.
The amateur astronomers will say, I can see the moons of Jupiter. Go to a planetarium. Does Jupiter look like a sphere to you?
Yes, I know you're saying, well, they all look spherical, but we're the only things that's flat. It's like, no, you're in a building and everything you see isn't what you think it is.
Now, for individuals like Mark Sargent, a prominent figure in that movement, and the thousands who subscribe to his views, the concept of a flat Earth transcends a mere physical description of our planet. It evolves into an entire world view, a distinct lens through which to interpret reality. Now, this sense of exclusivity, of belonging to an enlightened few, can be incredibly compelling, even when faced with overwhelming empirical evidence that contradicts the belief.
We don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
So, what are my thoughts on Mark Sargent? He does genuinely seem like a nice guy. He's never confrontational. He seems like he would be very easy to have a conversation with. Is he completely wrong with virtually every word out of his mouth? Yeah, of course he is. He's a flat earther. But what I really don't understand is how a guy can go from a job in the tech industry, an industry that relies on data, to being a flat earther where you have to completely ignore data. And his flat earth points, they're just completely ridiculous and, dare I say, childish. He's clearly just heard other flat earthers who came before him say those exact things, and he's just gone with it. But going back to what I said about him not being confrontational, it hasn't escaped my notice that, for example, Eric Dubay has got his 200 proofs that the earth is flat. Well, Mark is clever because he doesn't claim anything definitively. He just publishes flat earth clues, whatever the hell they are. And thank you to the person who found this clip for me, because I searched for hours and couldn't. He actually said in an interview in so many words, and I am paraphrasing here, but basically he's a flat earther because he never got married and had kids and had lots of time on his hand. I mean, really, Mark? Is that your only justification for being what's basically a lol cow? And even your own mother, when you told her that you joined the flat earth, whatever the hell it's called, what did she say?
Oh, Mark, what are you on to now?
And that's your own mother. That should be a pretty good indication to you that she doesn't approve of what you're doing. And of course, you're a flat earther, so believing in other conspiracy theories is a given. The fact that flat earth was the last one, though, is a little bit confusing, because flat earth can quite often be like the gateway conspiracy, the one that leads you down the rabbit hole, that then turns you into an anti-vaxxer and a climate change denier and a moon landing denier. You know, you've got to doubt them all to be a flat earther. And if you haven't clicked the like button yet, please do it now, because the like button is the new magic button on YouTube. It tells YouTube that this video is worth showing to other people. And if you've got the hype feature, that is helping tremendously. So hype the video as well. And I'll finish by saying this. The Truman Show is not a documentary.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Out of everything that's on the internet, this is the best thing.
Just quickly before you go, I forgot to tell you, I went to the fairground last week with Mrs. Blinder and we joined the queue for the Guess the Weight ride. And when we got to the front, the guy just looked at me and said, about 20 minutes.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna